You're listening to Heathers Do Vegas. Join your go-to duo for all things celebrity gossip, reality TV reviews, fashion tips, and of course, all the inside scoop on Sin City.
Is that going on your podcast?
Hello and welcome to Heathers Do Vegas. I'm Heather Ashley.
I'm Heather Nicole. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather. How are you?
I'm good. I'm wearing a little frostiness because, it's cold for Vegas, but it's been very cold in the country.
Yeah, I like that frost. It's very cute.
It's the only snow you're going to see.
Let's hope.
My white shirt.
Let's hope. I know you're like Frosty, the showgirl.
Yeah, that would be, yep.
Showgirl on the brain, but we'll get to that. Hey, I wanted to just start off and say, how much our thoughts are with everyone in California, in Southern California, with all of the fires that have been happening. It's just been devastating, and it has not gone unnoticed. In the Vegas community, there have been so many places that have been doing outreach, different businesses, organizations that have been putting together different efforts to help those in need during this tragic situation. And, I just wanted to, shout out the Vegas community pulling together for our neighbors and helping them out in this very difficult time.
Yeah, it's been really hard to watch. You don't even realize you take this stuff for granted. Like, you still have to pay your mortgage, right?
Yeah, right. You still got to pay your mortgage, and now you got to figure out what you're going to wear and where to live. And, even locally, there's an effort collecting bottled water.
Yeah.
And, sending it to those devastated in California, just something very simple as that. So, obviously being thankful and sending our love and light to all those affected. And, some other people that wanted to send their love and light. If you saw, Meghan and Harry decided to take a little trip to the Pasadena area, met up with the mayor there, and they did a little tour. They did volunteer, but their visit to get some backlash.
It seems like she can't do anything that the public agrees with at all. And I can't decide from watching, having just watched Suits or, who the real Meghan is. I can't tell.
Sure, yeah, right. They're damned if they do. They damned if they don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's really tough. The criticism, Justine Bateman, if you remember her from
I saw
Family Ties.
Did
I have that right?
Yeah.
Family Ties. Okay. Yeah. Called her a disaster tourist and really criticized their appearance there. They don't have a home there. There are people there whose homes have burnt to the ground that aren't even allowed back to salvage the rubbish, see if they have pets or anything out there. And here's Harry and Meghan just kind of strolling around, and it's rubbed some people the wrong way. What do you think?
If Kim Kardashian can bring her media attention to incarceration, I think any media attention is better than none. So I don't think that it was for nothing. They weren't doing it to get a backlash, right? They were only trying to highlight efforts that can be, you can donate to or help. But
yeah,
man, it's gotta be tough.
I think the criticism is just they seem like opportunists, and but that is what it is. So moving on, I call it the feud of the flowers. Lively and Justin Baldoni are having it out. Where do you stand?
It just keeps getting more layered. The part that's coming out most recently is that they taped that new movie it's the part 2, and they're saying that Blake refuses to do a promo because she doesn't want to get backlash, and the director is upset with her, and the little girl from the singing movie, I can't think of her name right now. Anna Kendrick. She's upset with her too. I'm inclined to believe that's true because, it's another level. They'll never, this will always be before the lawsuit and after the lawsuit now. Both sides have gone too far. I heard one of the calls come out. Have you heard any of the calls?
I have not heard the calls.
There was a call where she was talking to Justin while she was in her trailer, and it basically was identical to all the things that we've heard come out so far. Like, Justin, I don't know why you want to shoot this scene. This is sexist. She wouldn't kiss him that long. We don't need to reshoot that scene. But you should hear the way she talks to him. She is not sugarcoating anything.
Yeah. No, I do want to hear that. Interesting. It's tough. You hear so much of one side and then the other side comes out, and just when you think you're behind one person, you hear the other side of the story. And the one thing I can agree on for both sides is both camps have a lot of cash, and they're going to continue to bankroll this until they go to trial rather than just squash it. I mean, obviously, Blake Lively's husband, he has a ton of money, and with all his business adventures. And Justin Baldoni's, I think it's his producing partner. He's the one that, has a lot of money. He's involved in this lawsuit as well.
Yeah, I saw him mentioned.
And
he was on the group chat. It's a simple favor, that movie. So they filmed the second one. Yeah, this is, I think, irreparable damage to both of their careers.
Yeah,
because even if neither one of them were hard to work with before this, you could see what would happen if something didn't work out in their favor now. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
So sad.
Yeah, there comes a point where it's just, look, let's agree to disagree and move on, because it's just getting so ugly.
I love a Blake Lively on a red carpet. I mean, I will definitely miss that. But if it's just going to keep getting worse, if something comes out and it doesn't align with what she said, I mean, she might as well move in with Tom Sandoval. But speaking of Tom Sandoval, to change the subject, the Traitors premiered.
Yes, exciting.
It's such a fun show to watch. I really thought last year was one of the best years because it came down to, Queen Phaedra and her one-liners. This year has a ton of Survivor, people. I only watched the first season of Survivor. That was it. And someone told me who won, and I was like, that's it. I can't do it. I think there's been like 345 seasons since the first season. I don't recognize any of those people.
Yeah, between them and The Bachelor, it's one too many seasons. But I'm excited. So some of our favorites are Tom Sandoval's on there, Dorinda Medley, and who else?
Chanel Ayan
from Dubai Housewives,
Robin
from Potomac.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Now, if you look at our Instagram, you'll see that I actually copied Robin's pose where she does the one leg on her, one arm on her leg. She does the pose in every one of her Instagram pics. You guys got to look. Comment below if you notice it, but I did copy her. Did you watch the first 3 episodes?
I have not. I haven't quite caught on to that show. I've seen the highlights, but I feel like I'm missing out. So I need to jump on that.
Well, I'm going to spoil it for you. 2 of the housewives went first. Dorinda went first.
Oh, jeez.
So my prediction for the show, in line with what I've seen on seasons 1 and 2, is the people that are vocal are the ones that go first, because people are unable to separate. They can't reason out in their mind that the Traitors would be quiet because they want to fly under the radar. It seems to just go without merit on the show. So Tom's being very vocal. He's not going to make it very far. Robin's not going to make it very far. She's doing way too much talking. Some of the Bachelorette contestants are not going to make it very far. Dolores could go either way because she's not doing a ton of talking. So it's just a matter of like Wells. I don't know if you know who remember who Wells is.
Yeah, he's with what's her name from?
He's from The Bachelor.
Modern Family.
Yeah.
Right.
He went second.
Okay.
So if it's gonna come down to a bunch of Survivor people, I don't know. It's just gonna be me watching
Interesting.
Alan in his plaid outfits. Are you a
Oh,
faithful
man.
or are you a traitor?
Okay, well, we're going to stay tuned on that one. Some divorces that have been hitting the headlines lately. Our shoe queen, Jessica Simpson, and her husband, and Jessica Alba, and Cash Warren, right? I think both couples have been married about the same time, about
Mhm.
10 years or
I
so.
think Jessica's 16, Jessica Alba, but the most
Oh,
interesting
okay.
thing about both of them is they got an empire. They both have an empire. I think that they've gone neck and neck for being valued at over $1 billion between the two of them. Right, like Jessica Simpson and Jessica Alba's Honest Company. Neither one of them, they all quit their day jobs. It's all they do is their companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that money's got to be split in half. They
Oh,
say
sure.
Jessica wanted, I read she wanted to file months ago, but it came down to, I think it's got to be about the money.
What is the rumored reason, or have you seen reason other than irreconcilable differences? Is there
I've
any
only
rumors?
seen some rumors that she fell off the wagon.
Oh, Jessica Simpson or
Mm-hmm.
Alba? Oh,
Simpson.
okay.
Which I think if you did some deep research, not anything about Jessica's state of mind, I think that the rumors that Vince Camuto actually makes the shoes, which has always been the long time rumor. But the shoes are
Mhm.
so comfortable, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, in her book, she does talk about how they partnered together originally, and then, she kind of spun off and did her own thing. But that's kind of why it's like she models her shoe after his design. Um, and that, or that something of the effect that they were actually in business together, and then she either bought him out or something to that effect. But they did collaborate together
It's
initially.
just
Yeah.
different. Like a cheap shoe tips you forward, and her shoes must slightly tip forward, the sole, so they don't tip you forward when you walk. They're amazing.
Yeah. We love them. We love them. Another amazing showgirl out there. So we just saw The Last Showgirl with Pamela Anderson, which was a really great film. We enjoyed it. It really highlighted, Vegas, in an interesting way. I mean, obviously from the point of view of people who live and breathe being in
Mm-hmm.
a Vegas show, or one that used to be for a very long time. It was um, off of the show Jubilee, based off the show Jubilee that was in Las Vegas for very, very decades.
Ended in
And
2016.
yeah, and Pamela Anderson, I thought she did a fantastic job, and it was great. What'd you think?
I think it definitely evolved over the movie. I saw more emotion in her role as it evolved because I was a little taken back by the breathy high voice. I don't know if that was the character choice by the director. It had to be, right? But
She
then you kind
she
of overlook
normally
that.
has a little bit of a high voice, doesn't she,
She
though?
does. I mean, I can't say that I watched Baywatch, did you?
I didn't, but when I think of clips, she's like, Mitch,
Yeah.
she's got like
Mhm.
that squeaky Marilyn Monroe thing going on.
Mhm. No, it was really good. Each
Mhm.
scene was like cinematically perfect for Vegas. They framed every shot. We kept saying, "Oh, that shot there," because they filmed it in what 18 days you said here
Mhm.
in town. So that was probably the best part because I think it was the hopes we had for Showgirls with Elizabeth Hurley, and I thought that it would come out more like this movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you're right.
Showgirls was more campy,
It was more campy.
unfortunately, which I still love that movie.
But it is a classic now. It is kind of
It
a
is.
cult
It was a
classic.
classic to me then. I love Paul Verhoeven. He
Yeah.
directed that. He directed Basic Instinct right before that.
Yeah.
They are not the same movie.
Mhm. Well, hopefully we see the movie getting some more award
Yeah.
nominations, and just kind of, keep that spotlight on Vegas because we enjoy that for sure. So yeah, go out and see that one. It was a good one.
See it while you can. We don't know how long it's going to be in the theater.
Yeah,
We think it's going to come and go.
true. Yeah, good point. Those
That's why I was like,
small
Heather, we
films.
got to go while it comes out. Because then, you guys know how the movies go MIA, where you can't stream them, but they're not in the theater.
Yeah, true. Speaking of something that might be coming to an end, TikTok. What do you think about that? How are you feeling? How are you bracing for the end?
I am not in the know on this. What is the date?
The 19th
of January.
January, yes.
And then the issue is that they do in fact share our information, correct?
Yes. So they want TikTok to sell to an American company. And TikTok has, from all reports that I have read about, that they've had no interest and, as a matter of fact, really have refused to sell to an American company.
Well, I mean, I could really honestly care less. I don't scroll on TikTok that much, but I know Instagram is preparing for the change, so they're going to make it look more TikTok-like. They're going to remove highlights. They're going to move those to a different place. There's a lot of changes that are supposed to be coming, so I don't think people would do dances on TikTok, on Instagram, but you never know, right?
Brittany does.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. Yeah. Well, so I just heard today, actually, that Elon Musk, surprise, surprise, he's talking to TikTok. So Elon Musk may come in and save the day. But a lot of influencers are just crying, shaking in their boots. They make some good money off TikTok. I don't know what Spencer Pratt will do now that he's basically
I know what he's
making a
gonna do.
living on that.
Everything. He's gonna do everything. Who thought that their album would be number one? Heidi's album.
Right. Yeah, seriously.
I hope she wrote those songs.
Right,
if
girl.
she didn't, it's gonna be
yeah.
It's gonna be another party for the party scandal.
my prediction, because I like Spencer Pratt, and
he wasn't that nice when we met him.
No, he was not terribly nice when we met him in person. But I do enjoy listening to him on Heather McDonald, and he's just such a sales guy.
Yeah,
and
he's a hustler.
He's just
I appreciate it.
Hustling, and he's really honest too. He was talking about how he spent all his money on the crystals, and now those are burnt to the ground.
Well, it's just really tragic that their parents' house was also caught in the flames. So I know Heidi was like, she's like, I just want to go home, and I can't even imagine how bad that feels.
I know, it's just terrible.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad for everyone.
But my prediction is that because he's always trying to put it out there how much they've pitched shows, get back onto reality TV. I mean, they're desperate for that. And I think if ever there is a moment for them to be back on reality TV, something like Spidey Rebuilds, the return of Spidey, something like that, I think they've got a great reality show on their hands, showing them making
I don't
a
know
comeback.
about that. I think that I think in real life Heidi's kind of more of a sad than a chipper person, but I would love to see them on like the Traitors. Let's get Spencer on some show where his personality. I'm surprised he hasn't been on that the show on E where they're talking about where Teresa was just on. Not the Traitors,
the villains.
The villains, yeah.
The villains. Yeah, I'm sure he was probably approached, but who knows? Yeah. Interesting. So what's going on with Chloe and Scott?
I saw this pop up like crazy. Chloe started a podcast because, there's no rhyme or reason to when the new episode of Kardashians drop. I think you get a season and a month later you get a new season, then a year goes by and you don't get any seasons. So they must really cater to the sisters' whims, but there's all these rumors that Chloe and Scott hooked up. So he was the number one most requested person for her podcast. And the number one question was, did they hook up? And the fact that that has popped up so many times, I actually think they might have hooked up.
Oh, I'm sure they're just loving, that attention. No one's
I think
talking
the
about
Lord
them.
is.
No one's talking about these guys. So whatever they can do, whether it's making their
To
butt
stay
smaller, whether it's hooking up with, their sister's baby daddy. I mean, whatever it's going to take. I mean, good American jeans, they don't sell themselves off the Nordstrom rack.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Have you ever seen a skim in person?
no, as a matter of fact, I have not. I've never seen it. I mean, I hear she does a ton of advertising on other people's podcasts, but I've never seen this in person.
Probably DTC, direct to consumer.
Yeah. Yep.
But they must be comfortable.
I believe they do carry it at Nordstrom. I'm not a big Nordstrom shopper, but I believe they carry them in the store. I don't know. I'll have to go investigate that.
I mean, I would try them out.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot. I'd give it a shot for sure. No, I've always heard good things about it. I mean,
yeah,
I definitely not the nipple one. I need.
Oh, that'd be fun to take that bra out for a night.
I need the non-nipple skim.
The cold weather bra.
Yeah,
let's take it out for some drinks.
I'm gonna pass on that one. Let's get caught up on some housewives.
Yes.
We have been neglecting our girls. Who do you want to start with?
Let's start with, okay, so I will say, the new episode of Beverly Hills is going to be on shortly from now, and it seems to keep escalating, the feud with Dorit and Kyle. But the most interesting thing to me was, because I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll just let Peacock run, and it picks what it wants me to watch, right? So it went to the after show, and the after show was like 20 minutes, and Dorit was like doubling down on her stance. She said that, Kyle's not going to say F you to her. And and it's always interesting who they put Dorit with, because I imagine she's been picking fights with everyone at this point. But she literally doubled down.
Interesting. I'm still hearing great things as far as, other people who do reviews on the Housewives, and she's still everyone's favorite. She's a star. Everyone's siding with Dorit.
Yes.
And, we're happy that she's having her moment, and that she's just not taking anyone shit anymore. And she's funny about it. She's actually pretty entertaining with it.
I know. I haven't disagreed with her yet. I will tell you that some of the stuff that Sutton says, I just want to fall out of my chair. But I don't know what she did. She looks so pretty. Sutton looks just stunning, and every single time she's recorded. Though I think the word on the street, the only rumor I've seen about her is she's well known for not eating. Which would track. That would track, right?
She looks very thin. I'm sure she just had some work done on her face. I mean,
she looks phenomenal.
Her face looks really good. And she, she probably has a great esthetician, and she does glam. What more do you need? I mean, that's the secret.
Yeah, you just want to kind of look like you did when you first started. Where Dorit, Erica, Kyle, aside from her situations, all pretty much look the same, and Sutton just looks different.
Yeah, I think she looks better than when she started.
Okay, so what comes after that? New York, that has been such a letdown. They still have not shown what's going to happen that they've alluded to. I think they've been teasing us for 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months of madness. Let's hope they go somewhere on that, because I think that they might go back on pause.
Yes. Again, all of the, others out there that are doing reviews are just, they're so bored. They have nothing good to say. People are even trying to dissect how do we make the cast better, or where did it go wrong, trying to backtrack and figure it out. And it's nothing good. It is just really, really terrible news and reviews for them. And I would be really surprised if Bravo dragged them back out for a
You can
third
tell
season.
because when Andy says, "Oh, you liked it? Oh, good!" Like he's surprised. I'm like,
oh, good. So how
last
about
but not
Salt
least,
Lake?
Salt Lake, yeah. So Salt Lake, gosh, that argument in the car, I don't know if you saw it, where Brittany was recording and it recorded the back of the chair.
Yes.
She was, in my opinion, all the way guilty.
Yeah.
But
I think
no
the
one
producers
deserves
proved that.
the lashing that she took from all the women at one time.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, they're crazy. And the other thing is, right, she's the new girl on the block. She's a little kooky, and they're going to just go in there and pick at her. They're going to just make a mountain out of a molehill with her.
You know, she sings opera. She was
I know
on
she has
Broadway.
like an entertainer. Yeah, she did some
Yeah.
dancing, and she's been in some things. Yeah, I've heard that about her.
I mean, she's just in Bronwyn's shadow, but I'm not mad at her. But I think Meredith has either she wants to, she's doing it for the TV show Meredith, or she just has lost perspective of reality that she can yell at people the way she does and not think that there's something wrong with the things she's saying, the way she's saying them, the level of what she's saying. I don't think Brittany meant anything by saying she heard Meredith throwing up. I think she genuinely heard her throwing up, and Meredith just thinks everyone's how do they phrase it? Out to get you,
Out to
or
get her.
coming for you.
Yeah, coming for her. Yeah, I mean, I think Brittany wanted to stir up a little bit of something because she did keep poking Meredith about it, and
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she
She's
knows
making
what she's
she's
doing.
making shampoo called High Body Count shampoo. She is.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. I think that was a high body count dance she did on the boat when they were all showing off their moves.
She had like the Barbie pointed toes. I was like, oh my goodness.
Ooh, I know. It's like, okay, this isn't your first dance off, is it?
I was impressed. I was
gosh.
actually impressed.
But yeah, that whole episode was just action packed, and man, I mean, the Bronwyn factor, she's cranked up every single episode. That woman.
She just keeps up in her own game.
She does. Right.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I outdo myself from
Pretty
the
much.
last episode?
I'm not mad at it though.
Just like how she sat and she told all the girls she felt like Lisa and Meredith were not on her side. And then she goes and runs to Lisa and tells her how they were all talking shit about her.
But my
great.
permanent theory is that she was actually friends with Lisa. So I think there's a definite like catechism or like a crevice that happens between a friendship when the allegiance to the person that brought you on the show changes when you see them have their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And that clearly is what happened with Katie and Gina, right? Katie, Janella, and Gina on OC. So she keeps trying to, make sure that friendship, that was an actual connection, Bronwyn. And I don't fault her for trying.
Yeah.
But it's apparent that Lisa cares about the camera more than she cares about Bronwyn.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think she's had her back once.
Oh, I know. Yeah. The best part about all their group fights is that it starts with one person or between two people, and then it completely, it's like wildfire, if I can use that. It sweeps through the entire cast and ends up with someone else that didn't even start with, had nothing to
that
do
show
with
for sure.
It's like, well, wait a minute. What about the original question?
Do you think that one of the producers is back there like, do it louder, say it louder? Because I would never do that at a restaurant. I'm surprised we don't get in trouble when we're out with our own shenanigans. Not us, but when we're out with a group, right?
Oh, I know. Well, but we're not, calling each other, see you next Tuesdays and
that's right. Yeah.
We're, we may be saying some borderline inappropriate things. Oh, well, the season continues to give us everything. So yeah, we're excited. Keep it coming. I don't
It
want to
looks
see it end.
it looks like to me we might have no housewives for a month again or two. That happened last year, which is just how they
Mhm.
can time it like that makes no sense to me.
Yeah. All right. I
Because they're
better
all going
start
to end
watching.
around the same time.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start watching Traitors now. That's my motivation. Oh, funny. All right. Well, we're here in middle of January, and as we said, it's cold for us, and it's cold for a lot of people. But we try to find a way to beat the cold and beat the January blues, and really consciously book our calendar with fun indoor things that we probably wouldn't do in the spring or the summer.
Hmm.
So we wanted to share with you all just kind of some of our best of winter outings. I'll kick it off with something I haven't done yet, but I will be doing. Is that Swingers, the indoor mini golf at Mandalay Bay. So I'm excited because I'll definitely come back and share a review with you guys on that. But that's a really cool venue that just
Yeah,
opened a
that's
few
really
months
cool.
ago.
Are you good
So
at
we're
mini
gonna
golf?
do that. I'm not bad. I'm not bad.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
I can putt.
You could put.
Hmm.
Um, what's another one? Do you have one you want to share?
Okay, so I haven't been there yet, but I've seen the grandeur of the Bellagio reset, which that takes 5 days. We talked about that on another podcast. It actually closed for
Mhm.
5 days. So I think it has what the Chinese New Year,
Yeah, it's
and
the
it looks
Year of the
spectacular.
Snake.
Year of the Snake. So I would love to see that before it disappears, because I'm sure it goes into just a plethora of hearts or red and pink, right? For Valentine's.
Yeah, yeah, and also Resorts World and Venetian, they have Chinese New Year displays.
Oh,
And
nice.
so it's nice to, these things you can walk through, and they're great photo ops too.
Hmm.
They're free. Just be aware some of these hotels charge for parking, so check that
Yep.
out in advance. But in many places, locals get to park either for free or for an
For
allotted
3 hours.
time for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, those are fun. Those are, it's a limited time for the Chinese New Year, so those are for like maybe a month or so. And then we're planning to go check out the disco show at the Link. So I'm excited for that. I'm getting my
Yes.
afro ready for that.
um, I'm just getting, a cold, warm outfit. Warm, cold outfit? Warm, cold outfit, right? Because I will not wear pantyhose like you will. No pantyhose.
No, I love it. I love opinion. I always say retail therapy is it's great year round, but the reason why it's good now is not only it's indoor activity, but these are the best sales. So everything you didn't buy yourself over the holidays, buy it for yourself now, because these are going to be the best discounts probably through early February. So get out there and
Yep.
get
Then
some
you got to wait till
shopping.
Memorial Day for
Yeah,
sale.
exactly. And we had a fun time this past weekend. We went to the new Chicken N Pickle at right off of St. Rose Parkway.
Yes,
That was
it was
fun.
not what I thought it would look like in there. It looks like when you drive by it, it's one long facility, and it's all separate rooms,
Hmm.
which I thought it was super cute in there.
Yeah,
I would have some notes on expectations going into that, like not being able to order food at your table is weird.
right. So yeah, it was very self-service oriented, walking up to a counter like a fast food location and getting your food, and then they'll give you a number at your table. They'll bring the food. they did have servers that brought drinks. We went for the brunch on Sunday, and that was we did the bottomless. They also offered a buffet, or you could just order off the menu. And I thought the food was great.
The food was good,
Yeah,
but it was limited. But I mean, they could do a QR code if they don't want to have servers, taking orders.
yeah,
It was so you walk in and there's a place to order right when you walk in. So that there was no one really seating you at tables. So they made a conscious choice maybe to evolve from less people doing jobs that, are probably evolving out of being in a restaurant. But I went up to order more than once and the line was like 10 people. So it's just
yeah.
weird.
hmm Yeah, and they also have a happy hour. And then they did bingo over the brunch, which was kind of fun. Tons of screens. So if you're looking to watch a game, you will see it from every angle. There's so many television screens in there. I couldn't
Yes.
believe it. It's
You
crazy.
can sit at the bar and order a drink. You can sit at the tables and order drinks. That's why not be able to order food at tables is weird.
Yeah. And
It's just different.
Forget you can actually play pickleball there.
Oh yeah, there was life-size Jenga, there was pickleball, there was Connect Four, and then all sides of the place all the doors roll up, which is super cool for like the 1 or 2 months where you can do that in Vegas without it needing to be closed. I mean, it was beautiful inside.
Yes. So it was fun. You could see a lot of families playing the games, and it's covered too. So the pickleball courts were covered, which is great because you think, oh gosh, the sun is just going to kill me. But
Yeah, no.
yeah, so you can play, covered, and then they even have a location where they have indoor courts, and then that courtyard, grassed courtyard with all of the large, life-size games. So yeah, it was kind of fun. It was like something for everybody. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it was. Yep, it was.
Definitely go back. Well, cool. Well, that does it for us. Make sure you guys check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Heather's Do Vegas.
Like us, follow us, comment below, subscribe. We love it. We want to hear what you're doing. If you're doing anything in Vegas that we're doing, love to run into you.
Yeah, let us know. Well, hey, until next time, don't do
Don't
anything
do anything
we wouldn't do.